Good morning, CBA. I'm Harry Tidwell,
I'm Ken Kruskowski.
and you're listening to this year's first episode of BroCast.
Today is Friday, September 22nd. It is a B-Day with a regular schedule.
Lots has happened in the past week, so let's get right into it. CBA Volleyball had 2 games this week, facing off against Bethlehem and Niskayuna. While the team is yet to grab their first victory, they've shown great improvement under new head coach Miss Meir. Moving over to the soccer team, they've started off strong, going 4-2-1. Led by various seniors and strong play from many juniors as well, the team has gone off to a tremendous start. They have a big game tomorrow, Saturday 23rd, against the Shenandoah Plainsmen. We need everybody there.
And of course, we got the football team playing tonight against Schenectady High School, looking to improve their season record to 3-0. Coming off a huge win against the Shaker Blue Bison last week, Hornstown. Comes Colony next week and homecoming weekend in 2 weeks against the Shenandoah Plainsmen.
After a long wait, the Dome has finally risen, and I got to have a conversation with CBA President Dr. Schlagel. Hi, I'm here with Dr. Schlagel. Dr. Schlagel, thank you for taking time to do this interview today.
It's my pleasure, thanks.
So obviously, there's been big news with the Dome getting blown up out back this week. We were just wondering, for those who don't know, could you go through how long this has been in the works for CBA?
Sure. Not the actual dome, but the idea of what we were going to do started about 10 years ago. We went through a capital campaign where the entire focus was academics. We added classrooms, we renovated labs, and then once we finished that, we said, let's do something a little more fun for the students. So we developed the campaign where we added the turf field, and we were going to add some more space for indoor athletics or indoor practices for athletics. We started thinking maybe we need a second gym, but we realized that we needed a much bigger space than that, so the attention turned to the dome. And so I would say it's about 3 years ago when we settled on a dome, and spent a lot of time, in planning and development and fundraising to get to the point where we are today.
A lot farther back than I thought it would have been, especially with the fundraising just being in the last 2 years. It's been a big plan, it seems. So secondly, is there, for CBA as a whole, do you have something that you think the Dome will have the biggest impact on?
Well, I think, a lot of our teams, whether they're practicing in the off season or just when there's bad weather during their season, this gives them a place on campus to practice. So it'll be more convenient for the parents. It's more time where, the students are here as opposed to going to different facilities around town. But, just some things that are safer. For example, our track team, they're not going to be practicing in the hallways in the winter or running out on icy roads. They'll be running on an indoor track, climate controlled. If, it's a rainy day in the spring and our baseball team is looking to practice, they'll have a place to go to get out of the rain to practice. Lacrosse guys, they'll probably still play in the rain. They're a little bit crazy anyway. But just, creating a space, a safer, more convenient space for our players to practice and our drill team to practice. No more canceling drill on rainy days. We'll be able to do this all year round.
All right. Well, third, do you have any pieces of equipment that are going to be in the Dome that you're excited to be seen used or just excited to use yourself?
I don't know about using anything myself at this age, but I'm really excited for the students. And this really was something for the students. I'm happy to see them, take advantage of, whether it's the track, which will have a world-class track surface on it, whether it's, just the indoor baseball, lacrosse, soccer, football. We'll have a brand new weight room in there, which will greatly increase the size of the weight room. There'll be team space in there. We'll have a golf simulator in there. Wrestling will have its own dedicated area. So spaces that we're practicing in, not the best locations. Wrestling in the cafeteria, like I said, track in the hallways, baseball and lacrosse in the gym. This gives them something that's closer to what their actual playing conditions would be, and it keeps them here on campus.
Maybe you'll even be able to improve your golf game by a few strokes over the winter.
I probably should spend some more time in the chapel for a better golf game.
And then finally, for students who are still wondering, do you have a rough estimate for how long the dome will take to be completed on the inside?
Sure. Well, they're the team that manufactures the dome and inflated it. They're here for the rest of this week, putting in things like the lights. Next is going to be the turf on the infield of the track. Then after that would be the sport flooring, and then there's a lot of things on the outside that have to be finished. We have to build a road around the perimeter. We are building a building out in front of it. That would be a lobby area, bathrooms, those sorts of things. We're hoping to have the gym or the dome available to use sometime later this fall. But the actual building might not be ready till closer to Christmas time.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this time to take this interview. Anything else you'd like to say, add on?
No, just that, it was a lot of work and a lot of people were involved in doing it, but because it's something that the students are really going to enjoy, it was worth every bit of it. So we couldn't be more excited for our students, and I know they're excited to get in there.
All right. Thank you very much. Go Brothers.
Go, brother.
Wow, thanks Dr. Schlagel for the interview. Looks like the dome will be huge for CBA.
For upcoming school events, students will get to enjoy a long weekend with no classes on Monday due to Professional Development Day.
Tuesday will be honors night for the second semester of last year's school year, and all students receiving awards are encouraged to attend.
Weather permitting, drill will take place on Wednesday. Along with this, we will have our weekly haircut inspection, so make sure you get a cut ahead of time. Finally, for all 11th and 12th graders, guidance night will be on Thursday, September 28th.
Thanks for listening, and make sure to tune in next week for the next episode of
BroCast.